It might be nice if you really mind. That did good, I'm talking real good, but emotionally you never treated me right. Saying you love me and you only want me, but nigga that they wanna see from my side. Testing a bitch that you promised to wife. Testing a bitch when you asked me to hang. Last time, I wish last time I should've never picked your phone. I should've really left you on black. I'm God, you know I'm suffering, stumbling. Know a bad bitch really had for real. Questioning every little thing that you said to me. It's like you really wanted me to see. Never cared to be this quick, really. I've been a clown clearly, and you had fun. Miss me, you got options too. Keep him up and I might live too. Staying up all night and stew with the best part I know. Next day we reconcile, cause you got hold on my heart. It's sad that it's the toxic love. Toxic love, yes, it's a toxic love. Babe, never looked this good, I promise. You'd never notice, you'd never notice. Look this good, I own this. You'd never notice, you'd never know that look this good, I promise.
How are you?
I'm doing good, how are you?
So you're a real person?
I am a real person.
What do you mean you're a real person?
Well, now you know. Unless
I
not
thought
real.
I thought you're just a person on Twitter.
Come on,
like who's Tabbie? Like I don't know who Tabbie is. We don't know who Tabbie is. We want to like okay, we've been seeing Tabbie, we've been seeing Rebel. We're like okay, who's Tabbie? Like what's going on? So I was like, I'd love to get to know who Tabbie is. But also, more importantly, congratulate you on your project.
Thank you so much.
It is an incredibly difficult task to put out a project, and the fact that you managed to do so is a big feat. Like, I don't think you understand how big of a deal it is to throw out a project. Like, how long has it been?
Since the project dropped?
Since you've been,
just
starting out in the music.
It's been 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's been a long journey, to be honest. It's taken a lot of courage, a lot of, growth as an artist and individually too.
Okay.
But yeah, finally I put out my first project. Not first, but first joint project.
Okay.
So it means a lot to me.
So your project's title is Rebel.
Yes.
And it's a spicy. I feel like it's a spicy like title to put out there because like okay, like what trouble are we courting? What is this about? Are you dangerous? Because it says Tabbie said to be armed and dangerous, approach with extreme caution. So should we be afraid? Are you wanted? What's going on, Tabbie?
I feel like y'all should be afraid.
Why?
I'm about to be a force in the industry. It's about time people knew who I was. And the rebel in me has been calling for the longest. But I feel like after I put out my EP, I feel like the rebel in me rested a little bit. I finally got to put out a side of me that people haven't seen before. So yeah, rebel basically stands for somebody who's, somebody who goes against the authority or anyone in government. And for me, I translated that to music. And I feel like my music is different. And I feel like how I put it out there and the things I talk about, I want to tackle things in a different way. So that's why I chose to go with Rebel, just to tell you all that I'm not about to follow the rules, but I'm here to stay.
And how would you define your music? I'm curious because when I was listening to your music, I was impressed and intrigued. I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because you have the flow and delivery of a rapper on some songs, but at the same time you're able to articulate yourself emotionally in terms of what you're feeling, and then you're able to also give us melody. So I was thrown off. I'm like, damn, okay, I can tell this chick can rap. I can tell she's been through some shit. And then I'm like, okay, there's not just bars, it's not just emotion, there's also the melodic side of you. So I guess I didn't know how to define that. Yeah. So I'd love for you to define your music for us.
I choose not to define my music.
Okay.
I like to just get on any beat and just do me. I feel like putting myself in a box basically limits me. Starting out, I've had people tell me, you should stick to rapping. I've had people tell me, you should stick to singing. But when I was making Rebel, I was just trying to do me. I was just trying to make music that sounds right to me. But most importantly, just making sure that I deliver the message that I want people to listen to.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't try to put myself in a box. There's days I wake up and I want to rap, and there's days I wake up and I want to sing. So whichever happens, I just do it.
So last night,
Yes.
I was trying to figure something out, and I have to ask you because it's been bothering me the whole night. Tabbie. So when I think Tabbie, I think baddie. I'm like, okay, I'm like baddie, Tabbie. And then like I look at your real name and it doesn't make sense with like so I'm like, where does Tabbie come from? Like what, like I spend a lot of my brain is not getting it. Nimejaribu, nimelemewa. Where did Tabbie come from? The name.
So let me help you, yeah? So my government names, it's Margaret Tabitha Manyasa. Yeah. So but growing up, everybody just called me Tabbie. They shortened Tabitha. Most of my friends would make fun of me and tell me, you don't look like a Margaret. So I get that a lot. So I ended up just going with Tabbie because people say, oh, it looks like you, and it's easier and simpler.
Yeah.
And yeah, people say Tabitha looks or sounds old for me. So I go with Tabbie. And it just stuck. Okay. So yeah, Tabbie for life. That's funny. The for life part is actually really funny. It was me trying to create a new Instagram account, and I was keying in all the Tabbies. I'm like, Tabbie, and it tells me it's taken. So I'm like, okay. But it was actually stressful. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be Tabbie for life no matter what Instagram says. Yeah. So I just ended up typing in Tabbie for life. And slowly it got meaning because my fans would be like, oh, once we become your fans, we're not going anywhere. Yeah. We're going to be your fans for life. Slowly it's just gotten meaning. So Tabbie for life.
Tabbie, please tell me, what is your earliest recollection of music? Like you growing up, like when, like maybe you're singing in church, maybe it's like a school play. Like what's the first time you remember like a song or just you perform, like you just being, yeah.
I've been doing music for as long as I remember.
Cap.
I'm not lying.
Okay, tell us.
Listen, hear me out. The earliest I think I remember is about 6 years old. So my mom actually sings. So growing up, I'd be around a lot of music because my mom sings. My dad was a producer. So I would be around a lot of art. And then I would see my mom go on stage. And I was like, okay, I can do that too. So, and I would listen to a lot of music too. So that happened. Growing up, I remember in primary, I would end up going to music festivals, KMF. I sang all through. I was always number one.
Okay.
And then
soloist, everything.
I used to do solo classes actually. I would do that. And then I took a break in high school to focus on like visual art. I wanted to please my dad. So yeah, I got back to it after. But it's funny that if you ask my classmates, they would never tell you that I'd end up becoming an artist.
So in high school, when you say you're focused on visual arts, what kind of art are we talking about?
Painting.
Really?
Drawing. Yeah.
So you're multi-talented. Like it's not just the music part.
It's not just the music part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hearing from you is that you grew up in a musical household.
Oh yes.
Are you an only child or do you have siblings, or how does that work?
I have older siblings. I'm actually the last kid.
Okay.
So I would actually hear my brother talking about, I want to be an artist. So I kind of picked that up, and since he barely did it, I was like, I'm going to do it. Okay. And I ended up
Did he like, okay, so let's I want to know both about parents but also your siblings. Yes. In terms of your mom being a singer and your dad being a producer, did you see them, I'm hearing you say you see mom performing. Like, did you get to like see them go out perform? Did you get to see them go to studio? Like, what does it mean to have a dad who's a producer and a mom who's a singer? Because like, it's your life, you know. Like, there's always music in your life, so like it's hard for you to not fall in love with it. But can you explain that to like to the listeners?
So, growing up, I would see my dad and mom. They would do it together. They would actually create art pieces. So it would basically go from acting, and they would do musicals in a way. So they would have people singing. My mom would sing too and perform. So I remember being a kid and being dragged to the.
Would you guys be forced to be part of the? Would you be like also we are naimba pia or like would you guys would you be thrown under like when you have to be?
Yes,
Okay.
you have to be there and perform, and like I kind of fell in love with it. It stopped being, oh, you gotta do it. I just started doing it. I just fell in love with it. I would even beg my mom. I remember the time I would beg her to skip school on Saturdays.
Really?
Just so I could go attend the music festivals. Because
Okay.
I wanted to do it so bad.
Okay.
So suddenly, I don't know, somehow it just turned into this dream. Having people tell me, oh, you can actually sing if you can take this seriously. And slowly it just happened.
I don't want to jump, but I'll ask to find out, when do you figure out that you can sing? Because of course, there's like you're around it in the sense of you're going with mom and dad. It's not like you're the one unajipeleka. Yeah. You're being dragged. You're getting back. Okay, but people are saying, okay, there's something here. But when do you realize for yourself, okay, maybe there's something here I could try?
I feel like I discovered that I could actually sing at around 9. So from 6 to 9, I still doubted it because my mom would push me to, go do them solo classes and go perform. But I feel like when I finally went to like the nationals and won, I was like, okay, now this is something I want to do. I liked how it felt to win,
Yeah.
And after that, I think I just never looked back.
Okay.
I knew that somehow I was gonna do it somehow, no matter how long it took.
So we're here where we're listening to your project and
Yes.
like what you've been able to do, but I'm curious as to the beginning of you as an artist. What's the first song you write, or what's your first studio session?
Okay, so the first song I wrote was actually words from the Bible.
Okay.
Growing up in church, so it's from Psalms 107. It says, "Give thanks to the Lord for His good. Give thanks to the Lord; His love endures forever." So I twisted the words, and I would create a rhyme for it, and I would sing it.
Okay.
But I never let anyone listen to it because they're like, "This is probably trash."
What do you mean?
No, I just hid it all along, and then going to studio, I actually went to my first studio session in 2020.
So 2 years ago, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I went to studio. I met Rico bit.
Yes.
He actually called me to his studio. I was like, yo, if you think you are ready for this, I feel like there's something here. And knowing that he was such a, household name in the country at that time.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is it, I gotta do it. But my mindset was so different. I thought it was gonna work, immediately.
Yes.
I was like, I'm so ready, I gotta do this. But then, yeah, I had to learn that, there's so much to it.
I can't work on our jokes.
How though?
Okay, so here you are saying, yeah, I met Rico Beats, I went to a studio. Like, nigga, that makes zero sense in any world because...
Why though?
One, to meet Rico Beats is a process. Like, I'm sure you've cut the story into half. Like, you've missed out.
No, okay.
How do you... Okay, because
Okay.
I see the 808 Trap Cypher, which you're on.
Yes.
I can see, like, what's the story? Like,
Okay.
you don't just wake up at 2020.
Okay.
Nah, actually,
Okay. So, in 2020, Saru had dropped this one song, this one freestyle, Nimerudi Tena.
Yes.
Yeah? So that dropped, and I was like vibing to it because I was like, oh, I'm trying to look for like, young female rappers to look up to, and so that happens, and I was also a YouTuber,
Ati?
So this is how I
Or is the YouTube still up?
the videos.
Tunatafuta.
No,
Ebu, if you're listening, Ebu, go find this YouTube and send me the
I
link.
took down the videos. So basically, I was doing this one prank call on producers, on Kenyan producers. I called Musau, I called
For
Rico,
real?
I called a couple of producers.
Okay.
And so after calling them, Rico fell for it like hard.
Oh, but how do you prank a producer? What are you telling them?
I was telling them, I was so cheeky back then. I was talking
Back
about
then.
Back then.
I
I was talking about, hi, I'm calling from, Rock Nation. I'm trying to scout for artists
This
in Kenya.
nigga.
I know. I was that brave. I'm trying to
Okay.
scout with a fake accent and all. I'm trying to scout for artists in Kenya. Could you know someone? Could you be willing to work with us as our, household producer in Kenya?
Yeah.
And this nigga's like, yeah, I would love to do that. So he falls for it mad. But afterwards, I had to ask for permission and be like, "Oh, so are you? I was pranking you, yeah." I told them after the call, but I was like, "Are you comfortable with me posting this?"
Posting the
the vlog on YouTube, and Rico was like, "Nah, don't do that.
You're gonna make me look stupid.
Don't do that." So after that didn't happen, a couple of days, I think he saved my number. So a couple of days later, I realized, oh, he worked with Saru. I'm like, okay. So at that time, he was asking people to do the challenge on his...
Nimerudi Tena.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I end up just, I asked him for the beat and he sends it. And I recorded my verse on my phone and then did a video and posted it on Instagram. Before I know it, Rico is following me. A couple other people are like, yo, that shit is fire.
Yeah.
Rico's like, come to studio. A week later, I'm in studio. And... we recorded my first freestyle.
Is that I'ma go?
No, that wasn't. It was just titled Tabbie Trap Freestyle. Okay. And yeah, that happened. I'ma go get happened. A couple of freestyles later, I'm here now.
So we've lost me somewhere.
Okay.
Can you help me come back?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm hearing about how you get into singing specifically, and in terms of songwriting, you're in church, you're performing. How do you go from singing to rapping? Because there's a bit about your brother and him trying, but also, like I said, wona rukanga story sana. So I'm trying to understand. Okay, so you're on Instagram, you're doing different things, but like, how do you figure out, okay, this rap thing? Because you can rap.
Thank you.
So how do you figure out you can rap, and how do you figure out, okay, I can try? Because to freestyle is not easy. Okay,
so rapping, I was actually, I'm not even bragging, but like we could ask my English teacher, I was among her best students in high school. So poetry was major for me. So whenever I would feel, a certain type of way, depressed, sad, I would just grab my book, write. So I would end up writing so many things, but they're in rhyme, So then there's this one day I was home and I'm back from school and I have this book. It's full of rhymes and I'm like, okay. So I go online and just start looking for beats. And I'm like, okay, you know what? This could actually work. So I practiced in my room for a couple of months, couple of years without telling no one.
Nobody knows. You're just rapping over beats.
Nobody knows I'm rapping. I just liked it. But my mom was more of, you should sing more. So my mom basically, nobody even knew I could rap. They just knew I could sing. So I never even told anyone I could rap. I wasn't even trying to pursue rap, honestly. Rico made me pursue rap.
Because of the freestyle or because he heard it? What do you think?
I think because he heard the freestyle. Because I remember he was like, after he heard me rhyme, he was like, wait, you're just not a YouTuber. You can actually rap. That's when I think he was like, you come to studio. But personally, I would write and freestyle and learn how to, deliver just by myself in my room without letting anyone know.
Who are you listening to? And when you were, in terms of rappers, who do you look up to and who do you listen to?
Okay, I listen to a lot of J. Cole, Nicki.
Okay.
I listen to Lil Kim. People would not, but in high school at that time, I was listening to a lot of Bad Barbie. And I was like, I'm trying to be a bad bitch like this, but the controversy, behind
exactly.
I was like, okay, maybe not that wild because I'm like, I'm in Kenya, bro. So I tone it down. I listen to a variety. I can't say I get inspiration from one specific rapper. If the beat is good and the flow is good, I could go all the way back to Akina Tupac, Akina Biggie, everybody. I just listen to. I love old school rap, but if it's good, I'm gonna listen.
Tabbie, does anything scare you? You don't seem like someone who's easily scared or shaken. You seem like someone who's like you seem confident and like got it together. Like, are you intimidated by anything?
I'm intimidated by everything. I just pretend.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, check me out. I could give me a beat right now. Like, let's go. Like, that's the energy you give off.
I actually get intimidating by a lot of things. I just feel like I know how to pretend.
Okay.
I don't let people see me sweat, even though I'm sweating right
now.
I'm like, if you turn down this opportunity, you never know when it's gonna come back. So if the opportunity presents itself, I have to take it. even if it's scary. You never know. I'd rather go home and be like, I tried it, than go home with the, regret for not trying.
So your parents, what do they think of the music you make? Because I hear you growing up in one, they're talented, so you can't just bring noise over here. So it has to be good music to them at least. God. And then also, I guess it's different from maybe what they're used to, from plays or from church. So when they listen to Liquor, when they listen to Understand or Pain, what are they thinking?
Okay.
Have they heard it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, my mom stalks me every other day. Oh, she tells me. Every time I call her, she's like, and there's a new project out, she's like, oh, I listened to that new song, I like it. So, or she's gonna give me my honest opinion. She'll be like, you didn't do too good on this run, and then there's this speech that was hurting you, so you're gonna do better next time. I'm like, okay, I heard you. She's basically been like a coach ever since.
That's dope.
I go to her for advice, but it was kind of tricky for them to. They finally accepted it, but me going into rap at first, they were like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? We've seen what's happened to ladies in the rap game, so are you sure, especially because you're young? So like, okay. So I tried to tone it down. I was like, I'm not gonna quit singing, I'm still gonna sing. And over time, my mom realizes that, I think she realized that I am comfortable doing what I do, and it's not harmed me in any way so far. So she's just like, as long as you're careful and you are happy, then that makes us happy.
But what's scary about rap? Like in America, rappers get shot. I don't even know a rapper's been to jail. Like, what happened? Like, what's scary about being a rapper in Kenya?
I just feel like she was scared that there's not too many young female rappers, and having a system that doesn't like necessarily define a place for female rappers. You have to create your own path, and I think she was scared that I was maybe too young to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was like, I gotta be there. I gotta see everything as it moves, but I just do it.
Tabbie, what do you do outside of music? Like, are you a full-time musician? Are you a student? What do you be doing? What do you do outside of music?
I do so many things outside of music. I go to school.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually in film school.
Where you? What year are you in? And so you're in film school?
Yeah.
Where?
Mount Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, my last year.
So you're almost done?
I'm almost done. And I cannot wait.
What do you want to do, I guess, with that degree or with that? Like, what do you want to pursue in terms of film?
I don't think I would use my degree like immediately, but I'm so sure that over time, I want to own my own film production company. I want to contribute to the film industry, knowing that it's still growing. It needs a lot of growth in Kenya. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. But
videos, what about videos? You got such a personality and a look. Like, I feel like we need videos.
I'm trying to get y'all videos. I've given y'all two so far.
Yeah.
But I'm working on videos from my EP. And yeah, y'all just, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would love to, grow fast. There's a lot of things I need to learn in the film business before I can actually, pursue it. Okay. But at the same time, I feel like I'm lucky because I have music, and that exposes me to like, still kind of the same thing, videos. And I would love to like get, learn from just being around cameras and everything first, and then finally get to pursue my own thing. But before that, music has to work. And a lot of people lie to me and tell me I can act.
What do you mean they lie to you?
I personally don't think I can.
Because what?
I don't know. People tell me, you look like you can act. And I'm like, okay. They've bullied me into doing it for my last video.
Okay.
Understand? I did a part of it and everyone's like, we like that part. And I'm like, okay.
I could see it though. I feel like you could act.
I feel like it could be a thing. So who knows? Let me just finish school first.
So we've talked about music, we've talked about school, we've talked about art, we've talked about film. What else do you do? Said you do a lot of things.
I do a lot of things. I'm not sure the world is ready to know that.
What do you mean you're not sure the world is ready? What are you hiding?
A lot. Nah, I just feel like for now that's enough for me. I feel like I'd pursue other things as I grow older.
Okay.
I get bored so quick.
Really?
Yeah.
So Rebel is out right now. What's your favorite song of Rebel?
Don't do that. Do not do that.
That's my job.
Okay. Can you give me a part of your salary for me to do that?
Part of my salary. I'm a volunteer.
It's like-
I don't get paid.
Oh yeah. It's like you're asking your mom to pick, if at all you have siblings, it's like you're asking your parents to pick their favorite kid.
But you must have a favorite.
Come on, no.
No? Really?
They're all my favorite. Come on.
Are you sure?
Unless I talk about the fans' favorites, but personally, I don't think I have favorites. But according to the streams and the numbers so far, well, the fans.
Okay, can I tell you my favorite?
Yeah.
Pain.
You know your stuff. You are one in a few who actually relate to it. I love that too. It's one of my favorites too.
Young in Love
Yes.
caught my attention because it was different. But Pain for sure has. But I'm curious specifically.
Yes.
And this is just because of experience. You can tell me if I'm wrong or right. I feel like you must fuck with Rebel heavy because the project's called Rebel.
Not really.
Are you sure?
Not really.
So why like the Rebel? Like I feel like
that's what everybody says. People are like, we know you love Rebel because the project is
Yes.
Rebel, but that's not the case. I was looking for a suitable title, and I was like, okay, I have one song in here called Rebel, but I felt like that song defines what I am generally as an artist.
So
but
Umekubali.
does not necessarily mean does not necessarily mean that it's my
we're not
favorite.
fighting.
It's just cause. It's just cause.
Only a rebel would disagree. No, but go for it. I'm joking.
Okay. Now I'm quiet. But I don't think I have a favorite. I just feel like each song means something different to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said something that's been stuck in my head, and I'm trying to figure this out.
Yes.
You talked about people in high school or people who know you would be shocked.
Yeah.
Maybe more people know now. It's been about 2 years.
Yeah.
But who do you go to for like sound advice, especially with your music? Because if you have, I love that you have the homies. I hope you can trust them. But like, I guess when it comes to music, who do you go and ask, hey, what do you think about this song? Or when you're putting together this project, when time you're choosing the songs or track listing, I guess where's your safe space?
Okay, so that would be like my two other friends.
Okay.
Brad Kingsman and Davy Jones. They're also artists.
You have a song with Davy Jones, which you're
Yes,
featured on, and
Brad
Kingsman. Yes.
That was like our very first song. These two guys made me believe I could be an artist. They just sent me a song and were like, we need your verse.
Yeah.
That was the very first verse I wrote, like
Ever?
like not ever, but like wrote to put out there. Like, yo, this is a song. So it's been 2 years knowing these guys. We've never met.
What?
We've never met
Till today?
till date. Brad
Wow,
is
that's
stuck.
dope.
Brad is stuck away. Davy Jones is here, but like we've never met.
Okay.
But we talk every other day. We have this group chat, and whenever they're all artists, so like we send our tracks back and forth.
Okay.
Whenever we're working on new tracks or after our studio. So I'm like, do you guys think this works? And they're like, okay, but does it speak about you? Does it represent you? Are you sure this is? So whenever we feel like it doesn't represent me or whatever, I could go change a couple of things, but just not necessarily them. There's a couple other people, random people. Sometimes I would meet a couple other artists who I feel like are established or have experience. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna send you this track, and if you think I need your feedback, honest feedback.
Yeah.
And yeah, so far, so good. But also my parents, my brothers, my sisters.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, once in a while I send up, not Lika though. Not Lika though. I make sure they listen to Lika after it dropped, and I'm like, here's a video.
Okay.
Yeah. But I it's just different random people. Some I meet every other day. I meet new people that I feel like, want the best for me. So I'm like, okay, do you think this song is suitable? So, yeah.
What's your process? Because I'm curious if you're you have the rhyme book and you're writing every day, or you're writing when you're inspired, or do you write when you're in studio? What's your process? Do you have one?
All of them.
Okay.
I probably don't have a process.
Okay.
It depends on the day, the mood, the place, everything. I feel like there's songs like Rebel. I wrote Rebel. It's funny. I wrote Rebel on my way to. I was with her. We were on my way to studio. So I had seen this beat the previous night, and I had told, shout out to Tesla. He's literally the producer I work with, and he mixes and masters my shit. So I was going to studio to record other songs.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to record Pain.
Yes.
But I had listened to Rebel, the beat to Rebel the previous night. I was like, this beat is saying something, but I don't know what. But then we were in the car and it's moving and I'm looking outside. I'm just like, okay, I'm a rebel. I just evolved. That day, something pissed me off. I don't know what mood I was in. I was like, okay, I wrote the chorus, the hook on our way there. And then when we got to studio, Tesla was like, so what are we doing today? So we recorded. He was like, I was like, there's Pain. We had talked about it before. But then he was like, is there another song? I was like, yo, your beat, I listened to it yesterday and I like it. And I wrote this something. And he was like, finish it up then. So it was like 2 hours later, I had written the whole song and recorded it. So that just happened. Songs like Lika, I wrote Lika like a month before I actually recorded it.
Nice.
So it actually, I feel like it takes time and it depends on the beat and also the genre that I'm making. Because rap, I like to take my time with it and make sure that I use the right words. But singing, it basically, I just go with it most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you single and are you dating?
Why would you ask a 19-year-old that?
Oh, so you're 19?
19.
Oh my God. I mean, 19-year-olds don't date?
Okay. I feel like.
Oh, do you have many boyfriends? This is Canairo.
No, don't do that. But I feel like dating is a personal choice. I just feel like.
Ujajibu swali, by the way.
No, I am actually trying to evade the question. I am evading the question. I actually don't have. I'll answer you next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, kona mutu ama hauna mutu?
I'll answer you next time.
I want to ask you about a song that was really intriguing for me.
Yes.
Understand. Because I feel like Understand for me it's the I'm coming to you as a woman song. It's genuinely, and I'm a guy. And I'm a guy. So
No.
It sounds like I'm coming to you as a woman song. Like, you don't understand, he don't love you. Like, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think it's when you say coming to you as a woman. You know what that translates to? It's like me and.
But you're basically telling this girl that she doesn't understand.
I said I'm talking to you like a sister, though, not as a woman. When you say as a woman, it means we in love with the same man. No, as a sister, I'm basically just talking to like a girl from like a sister's perspective. That's all. It's like me. Would you do it in real life though? Would you come and say, hey sis, I don't think you understand, he doesn't like you. Like, would you do that? Are you that girl? Because nobody likes that girl. No, and I feel like that's why you're running away from this. No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that to people I do not know,
Yeah.
If it's them and I see them struggling with, like, let's say a toxic nigga and it happens and then I'm left with, taking care of them all the time after they get their hearts broken. Nah,
that's what friends are for.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna tell them, you know what, this motherfucker doesn't love you, just leave him alone, But like, I wouldn't go to like every other girl and be like, yo, leave that man alone.
But the funniest thing is women don't listen when you tell them.
Now that's the crazy.
That's part. The best part, because like then they want it even more. Then it's like, oh my God, like, why is it like that?
So are you saying my song will make people no, listen to me, guys.
No, listen to the song. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. Listen to the song.
Okay.
The whole project is fire.
The whole project.
Yeah, for life. But like, genuinely, that's what's Understand? Like, am I wrong about Understand?
You're wrong about Understand. Listen. Say I'm like an older sister, right? And I know I'm 19, so like, say I know a 16-year-old somewhere trying to figure out the first love, and basically this nigga is probably just trying to use them or something. So yeah, I Understand it's basically me telling a girl, yo, I've been down this road before, so I know how it ends. So I'm just trying to give you advice before you mess yourself up.
So, Tabbie, I have a serious question for you.
Yes.
You're 19.
Yes.
You have an older brother, correct?
Yes.
Do you have an older sister?
Yes.
So if your older brother or sister came to you as a brother or sister and said, "Hey sis, I'm not listening." So so if I'm not listening, I doubt you're listening. You're a rebel. You're worse than I am. So like, are you listening?
I's a good kid. I's a good kid. I listen.
But what if you want it? What if it's it's
If you want them, go ahead and get hurt, and then you'll come back and listen to understand again and be like, that motherfucker was
I
right.
understand.
I understand now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many more songs do you have in the tank? Like, I feel like you just dropped this. Are you sitting on a lot of new music, or are you going back and like taking some time now?
I lost count.
Really?
I lost count. I make music every other day.
No way.
I make music every other day. Whenever I'm sad, I make music. Whenever I'm
Okay.
happy, I make music. Whenever I'm, lit, I make music. So
when if you were to tell someone, I want you to listen to Rebel, and I would want you to, I guess, what story are you telling with Rebel? Please.
Rebel. So the first song basically is I know the title, but that's me just telling the naysayers and opposition in general, you guys won't tell me nothing. You guys will not tell me that I'm not able to do this music thing. So whatever, I'm just like, you guys are going crazy because y'all see me, elevating every other day, doing better, growing as an artist, but y'all are still there, trying to put me down. So that was just the whole point of R. Then we have me covering love, pain, young in love, understand. That's just me trying to talk about, the different situations that I've been in when I thought I was in love, but, it went sideways. And then there's Come To is, I actually made up that song.
What do you mean you made up? I love that song. Wait,
made
you're telling me the one song
the one song you love?
No, I love Pain because I'm in pain. But like the other one. Come on.
No, listen. So come on. I say it's been such a long time since I ever did what? It don't matter how long it's gonna take to do what.
Tabbie,
And I'm talking about how somebody has me feeling a type of way. Which way? I don't know what I'm talking about in that song. So the pressure.
I'm gonna forgive you. I'm gonna forgive you for something.
What?
I feel like, and you can cancel me if you want me if you want to for this.
Yes.
But we met trauma at some point in the sense of how are you 19 and talking about love? What do you know about love? Even me, I don't know
That's
shit.
the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. The fact that
It's young in love. It's
Young in
cute.
Love.
It's fucking cute.
But it's not cute on the verse. I'm talking about how I see him on other bitches' posts. That's not cute. It's happened to me before. I'm here thinking I'm falling in love with a nigga, but
That's where you went wrong though. Trying to fall in love with niggas.
I wasn't trying to.
You're supposed to fall together.
I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to fall in love with niggas. I was just trying to be happy. See, you ever been in a situation where? No, you wouldn't, because you're not female, but like females most of the times you're just talking to niggas and you fall in love without even thinking. You didn't even intend to fall in love.
I feel like that's beautiful because I feel like we spend a lot of time fantasizing love, wanting love, romanticizing love. Like, we see so much. People want love and crave love so badly they'll do anything for it.
Exactly,
but the only way I feel like to experience love is it just happens on its own.
But what
I can't plan to fall in love,
But what happens when you're over here thinking, over time, it's growing and you're starting to.
You're overthinking. That's what you're doing.
I'm an overthinker. I'll take it. I get that a lot.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm done. I'm done trying to, be in love or whatever.
Could you date an artist?
Oh, that's tricky.
Okay.
That's tricky. But I wouldn't, if I fell in love, I feel like I would take it, but like, not my.
Can I give you like a
first
nickname?
choice. Yes.
Tabbie4L. Like, how it's for life? I feel like, like
Tabbie4L.
4L? Like, I feel like it'd be super dope, Tabbie4L.
Oh, people call me that too.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay. I love the music. I love the energy. I love your personality. I'm curious about something. Where do you want to take this, Tabbie? In my opinion, you're just starting out, And I
Very
feel like
much.
there's a huge journey for you ahead. I can't wait to see you perform. I can't wait to see you do videos. I can't
me
wait to see you
too.
do so much. So like, I guess, where do you as Tabbie want to take this?
Oh, I want to win a Grammy. I've said it on countless freestyles. The day I get that Grammy, I could quit music.
It's
and be like,
possible.
that's it. But I wanna take. I get so mad, especially with this conversation we're having right now as Kenyans about not having, artists. What are we then? I wanna be heard. I wanna have people listen to me. I wanna be a voice for young girls, especially because I feel like not so many people tend to, voice what we go through as young females, especially in this country.
What are you guys going through? I'm asking because I'm a man who I cannot sit here and tell you what young females are going through. So
Yeah.
I've stepped aside. I've left a group. What are you guys going through?
I just feel like females in this country are scared to be themselves. There's so many, it's not just this country, everywhere. There's so many societal standards. You have to be a certain way. You have to look a certain way. You have to present yourself a certain way for people to like you, accept you. And I just want to be that girl who tells people, yo, just be you, I want to show girls that it's okay to be hot sometimes and be vulnerable and just be able to speak out your mind too. I've been in situations where people try to shush me because they say, "Oh, if you talk too much, you're gonna miss out on opportunities."
Tabbie, how comes you're not afraid to be yourself though? Like that's different though. You see, like
It's
you're able to do that, but how comes you're able to?
Because I stopped giving a fuck. Like it's taken me an eternity to get here.
Okay.
I still struggle with it though. Like my breaking point was when I actually was on the verge of, just taking away my own life. Just because I cared too much about what people thought about me. I was so insecure about so many things.
Yeah.
And after I realized that it's not worth it to, seek validation from everybody else, I just think I decided to, I just want to show other girls that it's okay to be you. Like, just do you. Fuck what everybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love something. I love something that you've been able to do, and I want to hopefully see more of this. But the ciphers thing, when you rap with these other niggas, is it like Ogopi? Like you're ready to rap against Timmy Blanco? We can bring you Calligraph, anybody. Like you want, like how come? Like you're not like you're told kuna cipher kesho come? Like you're not afraid. Like who's gonna be there? Are you not asking Caterpillar? Like who is Oxide gonna be there? Like you, how comes you're able to just
To be
I'm
honest,
Tabbie and I'm pulling out. And Tabbie's enough.
it was scary at first because I would be like, oh, I cannot be like on the same pedestal with like, this other dope rappers because everybody's going to compare. And what if I sound like trash?
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? I'd rather go out there and have people, not like my shit than sit at home and see them do it and feel bad about it,
Yeah.
I'd rather go and fail and learn from it and get ready for the next, the next thing. I like to do things and just forget about them. So whether they work out or they fail, I tend to move on from it. However, the outcome, I tell myself, what's the worst that could happen anyway? Like if I go on stage and fall down, what's the worst that could happen? People will troll me. I will trend. I'll become a meme. And I could use that to, drop new music.
Yeah.
See, I just don't I think I learned to not let situations, like not live in situations for too long. That way you can always grow and evolve.
Why are you so smart? Stop. Like you can't be over here being smart and shit. Like you have an interesting perspective on life and it's incredible.
Thank you.
Because to be able to be yourself, to know what you want, to be pursuing it, because I'm sure you're facing challenges. How did it feel to put out this project? Like when you put it out, like were you scared? Were you excited? Because it's like you could be doing this for money, you could be doing this for clout, you could be doing it for so many different reasons. But like you put it out, you love what you're doing. How did it feel to put this out?
This was a lot to deal with. Had a couple breakdowns. I remember after the project dropped, I went to sleep. I would try sleep, but I could not sleep, I'm like so anxious. How are they gonna like it?
Yeah.
And I remember coming back online a few hours later, and I'm seeing people reposting my shit. And like, this is so dope. And I'm like, are you guys actually serious? Are you sure you like me like that? And they're like, yeah, this is a dope project. You deserve to be out there. So I feel like once I have my fans are amazing. Honestly, slowly this year actually, I have started gathering like a steady fan base. People who actually see me for me, and I like that. They're always supporting me. They reassure me a lot. So as much as I say don't seek validation, bruh, it gets to a point where you're like, am I really sure I'm on the right track?
Yeah.
Especially when everybody else is silent. Like, I know there's so many people watching, but you know, they wouldn't say nothing.
Exactly. How so many people how people they're not saying anything, but they're seeing.
But they're seeing it, you know. So like that shakes me a little bit, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? It's out there. So whether you like it or not, people will listen to it. So I'd rather I fall in love with it and just accept that that's what is out there. Because I know when I was making the songs, I knew it was the it. So why would I doubt myself right now? So yeah, just put it out there and let people take it.
Okay. Well, final questions for you.
Yes.
When it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered for?
When it's all said and done, I want to be a voice for my generation. I want to be a voice for the girls. I want to be remembered as an icon because I know I'm going to be great, you know. I want to be remembered for making a change and contributing to the greater good for this industry as a whole, because we are still growing, and I feel like in a few years to come, I need to be looked back. I need people to look back and be like, okay, that girl really did something.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make other girls, you know, not be scared of putting out their shit. I want to make girls comfortable in their own skin. I want to just be that representation of, you know, just being you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who have you not worked with that you would like to work with yet? So
I was waiting for this one.
Please.
So many female artists, but at the top of my list, I would love to work with STL. Wherever you are, it's gonna happen one day. And Victoria Kimani, Only Rosa, Ewoton, the likes of Double S, who else? Groovy.
Shout out Groovy.
So many dope female artists that I feel like don't get enough recognition. Male artists in Kenya, that list would be crazy. But at the top of it all, Chaboli.
Chaboli. Okay.
I feel like that he's like, once I get that feature, I feel like I would just go on vacay and sit and be like, okay, I did that.
Yeah.
You know, I've been wanting that from the very moment I started rapping, because that man is art.
He's art, exactly.
Trouble
art.
Trouble is art.
Yeah.
Two of them other rappers, Brooklyn Boys, would be amazing. Yeah. AJ, I know you're gonna listen to this. I want that feature. Which other male rappers? Sean Houdini.
Shout out Sean Houdini.
A couple. Oh, King Trocker.
Okay.
There's Spinks Mafia. Biggie Asa. You know. I feel like if Caterpillar, we gotta work again. I feel like if I ended up on like having to get male features, I feel like the most immediate male features would definitely be drill, because I want to take down drill niggas.
Really?
I wanna challenge myself and do that.
So are we getting like drill from Tabbie soon? Soonest?
Real soon.
Really?
Real soon.
Like how soon?
I'm not allowed to say.
Okay, so my final two questions for you
Yes.
are not too difficult, but I only want honest answers. So
That means it's difficult.
no, just honest answers.
Yes. Let's see.
What are you most scared of right now?
Failure.
Explain. How, and because failure is going to be failure based on you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you know it's your expectations and it's who's gonna but
exactly.
like explain that to us in terms of failure.
I feel like this is one of my biggest motivations to keep working. I know people are like, that's weird, but being honest, I am scared of failing so bad, because I feel like, to me, okay, I define failure as just not being able to accomplish what I set out for myself in that specific time.
Yeah.
So to people will be like, it's not failure.
Unajipatia pressure. Unajipatia pressure.
Like, no, I actually like the pressure. I work best under pressure.
Okay.
So I feel like just knowing that I've set out, this goals, and in this specific period of time, I need to have accomplished it. And just whenever I draw near to the deadlines, I start, I overwork. I'm like, this cannot afford to go wrong. And I feel like it drives me to just make sure that everything is working the way I want it to.
Okay.
Because I feel like I would be mad at myself if it didn't.
I can't blame you, because like you're young and you're working hard, as you should be. Like if you weren't, if you weren't putting that kind of pressure on yourself, you wouldn't be where you are right now. So exactly. I like that you're putting pressure, but I also would want you to be easier on yourself if you can.
That's what everybody says. I listen to Adele every day. I want to be easy on myself, but I don't know. I just can't turn away from my brain. My brain keeps saying, it says, keep going.
Keep going?
There's no time for rest.
Okay.
I told myself I rest when
you said the Grammy, and then you're about to add new pressures, because I bet you when you get the Grammy, you have another excuse. Be like, no.
When I get the Grammy, I'll be like, I want an Emmy now. I want to go act.
Yeah.
And, but that's good, right? It makes you want to keep elevating as a person.
Trouble.
Don't fight it.
Trouble. trouble. I want to ask you my final question, but then after that, I want you to let people know, I guess, what your thoughts are. Any final thoughts you want to share?
Yes.
Are you happy? So you're doing well. If you don't know, you're doing well.
Thank you.
You're putting out music. You're pursuing your education, and you're balancing the two, and you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
But are you happy?
I am happy on some days.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. You said be honest. I'm happy on most days. That I won't lie. I'm happy on most days. But there's days when it just, it gets overwhelming on some days.
Okay.
But
you're in your head, or like real life is getting to you?
No, real life.
Okay.
Shit sometimes just goes so wrong, and you have no choice, though. You just gotta keep fighting.
Yeah.
So whenever things are not, whenever I'm not happy, I distract myself. I paint, I write music, I try and find things that make me happy, and then I go back to being happy, because why can't I be happy? I need to be happy every day. Okay. So it's just, I'm happy on most days. Okay. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Do you think happiness is a personal choice, or something that, I don't know, is it in our control to be happy or not?
It's a personal choice.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's relative. I could wake up and say, just sharing, let's say sharing food with my friends, that could be happiness.
Exactly.
To me. But to somebody else, happiness could be me waking up in Bali somewhere, at the beach. And, that could be happiness to somebody else. So I feel like you choose to be happy. Because I feel like if you have so many expectations that you can't get to them, then you stress out yourself and you get sad. But if you choose to make everything about happiness, you choose to find joy in the little things, then you'll be happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear you on a drill beat. I think it's going to be interesting. But
I won't disappoint.
I love the sound you're creating, in terms of you're not just a rapper, you're not just a singer, but you're also evoking emotion, and it's nice to see, and it's got people talking. So
thank you.
I'm very excited.
Oh, me too. Just knowing that you guys can actually recognize that makes so much sense to me, and it means a lot to me.
Okay.
I'm grateful.
So, what are you wrapping up? What are you saying? What are you saying as we wrap up? What do you want people listening to know about Tabbie that they don't already know? What do you want them to know as we wrap up?
Tabbie is a force that's coming.
Okay.
Y'all get ready. And yeah, if you think I'm about to mess up your bag, then you're right.
Do you understand?
Do you understand? I need you to understand that, I'm here to stay too.
Okay.
So however long it takes, however hard it gets, I just don't know how to quit.
That's dope.
And I want you guys to be like Tabbie, okay? Be like Tabbie.
Be like Tabbie?
Be like Tabbie.
I feel like Tabbie's trouble, so I'm not saying be like Tabbie,
well,
but you could definitely be like Tabbie if you're into trouble.
As in trouble fun, though.
Trouble's fun. I don't know. Is Trouble fun?
Trouble's very fun.
I don't know.
It is. Take it from Trouble.
I don't know. But we're gonna play Liquor.
Hey.
And then we're gonna play a couple more songs. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a super pleasure having you.
Me too.
And we're gonna do this again.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because
I enjoy talking to you.
Because you said you're coming back. Like you said, it's just the beginning, right?
It's just the beginning.
Okay. I pray that the features you manifested come true. I pray that
Amen.
the Grammy comes. I pray that the things you want and more come through for you.
Amen.
All right, guys. We're gonna get back to the music. We have been here with Tabbie, and get to know the name. Give them your socials where they can find you so that they can keep up with you.
Tabbie for life on everything: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. On Twitter though, it's at Tabbie4L. That's funny. That's another story for a different day.
Okay.
Tabbie4L on Twitter. So find me everywhere.
All right, guys. That was Tabbie4L, Tabbie for life. Stream the project Rebel out everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
All right. Bye.